So, hello guys. This is probably going to be seen by the same 200 people we have, and I'm completely in love with that. So, I want to share a special story. So, I met the CEO of STRYKER, and for you guys who don't know, it's the biggest, if not the biggest, it's like one of the biggest medical industries. Let me just do some research. So, STRYKER stock price $386. It's a big company, and what they mainly do is they make medical robots. And I had the chance to meet the CEO with him, and I asked some questions. Well, first of all, how did I meet him? So I'm in SNU Med School, and the CEO of STRYKER came to South Korea, and he wanted to see some Korean medical AI startup things. So he came to our school, and went to the club that I'm in, which is the SNU Medical School startup club thingy. So I asked some questions, and there's some things that I've realized when I was talking with him. So these are the things. So I'm gonna talk about two things. So the first one is gonna be what I reckon from seeing him. So what were the characteristics of Mr. Kevin Lobo? Kevin Lobo is the CEO of STRYKER. And the second one was really, this is the main thing. So the second thing that I found funny was I could vividly see the difference between the Korean employees and the American secretary. So let me start with the first one. So when I met him, there was around 3 characteristics of him that I reckon. So the first one is he was very realistic. And when I mean realistic, he wasn't, and it kind of entangles with the second thing that I reckon was he was really bold and direct with his opinions. So as an extension of being realistic, he was really bold and direct. When I mean realistic, there was a lot of things that I've seen, but when he was saying something, it was most of the times based on facts, okay? And so there was a guy, and he asked the question, and he was one of the students in our school, and he asked, what, as a doctor, can I do in your company? And he just stated, well, we don't need doctors as an employee. And he asked why? And he was like, well, we have 100 employees, and each employees talk to doctors every day, and they get the feedback, tell it to me, so I don't really need to hire a doctor. But when he was saying that, he was really not offensive. He was just stating the fact that I don't need you. And yeah. Those two are a bit tangled. But anyways, number 3 was he relied really much on numbers instead of stating feelings. So when he would talk, he wouldn't go like, our product is now really famous, or our product is really normalized. He would more go like, we went from 1 to 3. So this is what he said, like, our product was used in every 1 out of 3 operations from 2009 to now 2 out of every 3 in 2013. So whenever he talked, a lot of the things that he talked was math-based. So I think that kind of goes along with the being hyper-realistic. Yeah. And the second part was, this was the funny one. So there was Kevin, and Kevin had a secretary. And when the secretary came up to the stage and said something, she was like, well, this is what she said word to word. She said, when Kevin first came to our company, one of the things that he mentioned and stated out that is important is that you never want to get far from your customers. And what caught my ear was that she was calling the CEO of the company Kevin, right? And after that, there was this Korean employee, or like some guy, Korean guy, and when he was handing the mic, he was like this, bowing down, and it was like you know, it seems so different, like the whole working culture. I could see that. I could see it in just that one scene. And like that got me thinking, is that good? Is the attitude of that Korean employee good or not? Or is that attitude of the secretary good or not? And when I say good or not, I have to have a set rule to define what's good or not, right? And when I was deciding, when I was trying to set the rule of good, it was more based on the company's growth. So what's a good company? A good company is a company that grows and a company that yields a lot of money, right? And if you look at their attitudes towards that perspective, you can most definitely define good or not, right? And then my conclusion was those employees' attitudes or that working culture of South Korea is not good, and let me tell you why. So there's only two reasons for that. Number one is that it's a waste of energy. So every time, you know, I've done it, if you're trying to suck someone up, that's a lot of energy. And what's a good company? A good company is a competent company. What's a competent company? A competent company is a company that does not waste its energy and gets shit done. Okay? And all the energy that is wasted by these employees is, I don't think, would be fit for a competent company. Right? So in that case, so for that, I don't think that's a really good attitude to have a competent company. And the second reason is, if you have a really hierarchical company, the people that are actually in the field are not going to tell you the problem. And this is the thing that I said about Samsung as well. So this is the thing that's also happening with my snowboard coach. When you have a really authoritarian upper guy, the guys on the below that are actually going through and doing the job are not really going to tell you what's going on, right? Because when you tell them, they're going to say shut the fuck up. And if that repeats once or twice, do you really have the motive to tell them what's actually going on? No. So, well, yeah, those two are the main reasons that I think having a really hierarchical company is not really good. And when I mean not good, I'm not saying that in a moral way. I'm saying that in a company's competent way, and whether it's going to yield the best outcome or not way. And yeah, so what's my conclusion? So I'm not here to state this is good, this is bad, blah blah blah. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is, so I'll change that. What I like to do is decide what I'm going to do about that. All right? So that's what I like to do. So what am I going to do? I got two options. Number one is go to the States. Number two is going to be make a really good company that's competent in Korea. That's all I can do. What out of two, what am I going to do? Well, for now, I want to go to the States. But you know what? I think I need to think about why I chose out of those two to stay in the States. Yeah, but that's what I learned from meeting him. It was a bit messy because I haven't speak English in about 2-3 weeks. But I hope it conveyed well. Yeah, but along that, I'm getting pretty big. Which is super nice. 84 kilos am I. 84 kilos. It's pretty nice. 84 kilos. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. And one thing I realized is that I'm better at speaking when I have a person that's actually listening. So my brother's currently sleeping upstairs, but for the next 2 weeks, I really do hope that he comes here and you guys can hear what we talk about. And in that way, I don't know why it's like that, but when I know that someone's actually listening, I mean, you guys are listening, but when I know, like, when I'm having a one-on-one conversation, my brain spins much better, and it's much more smooth. Well, yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'll I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.